Tangle. Today I wanted to sit down and talk about my wedding venue search. I have been looking for a wedding venue for the longest time. I'm getting married in June of 2022. I got engaged in June of 2020, but the wedding venue search for me has been the hardest thing ever. I have no idea why. I always thought finding a wedding dress would be the thing that like took forever. I literally found my wedding dress like so fast. With the wedding venue, that was not the case. With the wedding venue, first of all, I have family in Vegas and then I have friends in LA and I live in LA. So I'm like, okay, do I want to have it in LA or do I want to have it in Vegas? So that already is like, now I got two cities to kind of look for venues at. No one told me finding the venue is the hardest part, at least at this point in my planning process. It's just, I'm too indecisive. Every time I would be like, okay, this is the place, I'd be like, okay, no, it's not. And I didn't look at that many places, but I didn't know where do I want to have it? Do I have it in LA? Do I want to have it in Vegas? So I guess before I get started, I am all into like sustainability and thrifting and all this stuff. So I really wanted my wedding to be a sustainable option. So first, let me go back. I've never been a person to plan my wedding. Like as a girl, as a child, I didn't know like, okay, what is my dream wedding? And so when I realized I wanted to marry my boyfriend, now fiance, I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to marry him. I was a person who said, I don't want to get married ever. Like I don't believe in marriage, blah, blah, blah. So I changed my mind. I was like, one day I woke up and I was like, I want to marry him. Oh crap, I don't even know what kind of wedding I want. So I went to Pinterest and pretty much like figured out where I wanted my wedding. I planned my entire wedding on Pinterest before he proposed, and I wanted to have it at a sustainable venue in Vegas called the Springs Preserve. The Springs Preserve is so pretty. It's like, if you're in LA, they have a place called the Arboretum, which is like a beautiful botanical garden. It's like 200 something acres. The Springs Preserve is their sister garden, and so they have museums there, gardens there. I worked several events there. Like I used to be a cotton candy twirler when I was in college, which was super random. So I did some birthday parties at the Springs Preserve. So my criteria was I wanted like garden style, earthy, like sustainable. And in Vegas, there's not a lot of options like that. So my pros for the Springs Preserve was it's beautiful. Since it's in Vegas, I have more family and friends in Vegas than in Cali, so like less people would have to travel. They have a sustainable venue. The cons were they weren't very responsive. It was like one of the most expensive options, and then I just never got to see it in person. Every time I tried to schedule a tour, it didn't work. I tried to get my parents to be able to schedule a tour and FaceTime me. It didn't work. So I was like, okay, well this is out. So where do I even look? So I worked as a wedding coordinator assistant at a place called Lakeside Weddings. This is also in Vegas, and their style is like a hidden oasis in Vegas. It's like an outdoor indoor option. They have outdoor gardens overviewing like a man-made lake, which no one even knows there's a lake in Vegas, which is super random. Okay, my video totally got like corrupted. I don't know what happened, so now I have to refilm. But I was saying Lakeside Wedding, the pros are it's all inclusive, so your cake's included, DJ, coordinator, like food, alcohol, everything. So you could just show up and not have to worry about anything. The second thing is the staff is amazing. My maid of honor works there, her mom works there. I feel like they would make sure my wedding is like my dream come true, which is awesome. And then it's also in a central location in Vegas, so it's easy for everyone to get to, which is amazing. The cons for this place is it's not sustainable at all, and I feel like everyone would kind of work to make it more sustainable for me, but they are not known for being sustainable. They're actually like the most wedding places in Vegas, like kind of wasteful. And then they do punish you for bringing your own photographer. Like they charge you a $250 fee if you want to bring an outside photographer, which I'm like, that kind of sucks. And then I felt like there were some minor defects of the place that needed to be updated, and I really felt bothered by some of them. I'm like, I cannot have my wedding here and take pictures here because this thing is going to be in the background bothering me, and I feel like it's like a simple update, but I don't know when they have time to update that. So because of that, I did not have it at this venue. The next venue is Historic Fifth Street School, and this venue is freaking beautiful. It's like an old school Spanish style school in Vegas. It was built in the 20s, and it's just so unique, which I freaking loved. You walk in and there's like a beautiful outdoor courtyard with red tiles, and it's like white stucco, I think. I don't know, but it's just so beautiful and unique, and that's one of my main pros. It could be a sustainable option because you can bring all your own vendors and make it your own. It's a huge space where like the kids can run around and have a good time. But the cons for this place is if it rains or anything happens weather-wise, if it's too hot, which Vegas gets freaking hot, if it's too windy, you have to use their backup option, which is a school auditorium, and I felt like it could very much look like a school dance. And then I also thought this was the most affordable option going in, because to rent the space it's $750. But I found out, like, after all is said and done, like, you have to buy the backup auditorium in case it rains. That's like $1,000. Then you have to pay overtime for the staff, which I guess they don't work weekends, so that adds up. And then you have to bring all your outside vendors to transform the space and get decor and stuff. And I was like, this is the most expensive option after all is said and done, which I was not expecting. So that was like a main con for me. And then another con is the parking is just hard because the space is located in downtown Vegas. But if the price was good, I would have had it here. This is the most beautiful venue to me. Like, you just walk in and it's just so memorable and unique and a historic staple in Vegas. So anyways, I'll tell you a little bit about the venue I found. The venue I found, it's in California. It's a nonprofit organization, so the entire venue fee goes towards giving back to charity. You can bring all your own vendors, which is okay with me because since I live in Cali, it's going to be easier to like connect with vendors and like schedule vendor tours and stuff and be a little more hands-on. So I can bring all my own food, photography, event planner, like all that stuff. And it's just very pretty. It's outdoor, it's indoor. It has a limited guest count, which I wanted to have a smaller wedding just for safety reasons. So because they limit the guest count, it makes it easy for me to just keep my list small and not feel so bad about keeping it small, because I'm definitely like, I want everyone to come, but right now it's just, I don't think it's safe. Right now I want to be mindful and prioritize safety. So I'm like, less is more, and if my venue says, you know, 40 guests max, then that's it. That's what I'm going to tell people. They also have really good COVID protocols in place, which I think is very important, especially if you're having a wedding right now. But yeah, I'm very happy with my venue. I can't wait to reveal where it is and show you more information on that. But let me know if you are planning on getting married, if you are an LA bride or you're a Vegas bride, are you located somewhere else in the world? If you are already married or if you've been married before, where did you get married? And yeah, let's just have a conversation in the comments below. But yeah, I thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!